Hey everyone, welcome to 99.6 The Howl for the uninitiated. This is an unedited YouTube vlog discussing everything Arizona Coyotes, and it's rough. It's a rough time of the year. Dreadful performances back to back by the Arizona Coyotes, and once again they come back from a break with a back-to-back schedule and back-to-back losses. Last time that happened was Christmas with back-to-back losses against Dallas and Las Vegas. And here they lose to the two worst teams in the Western Conference in the Anaheim Ducks and Los Angeles Kings. Just really poor performances by the Coyotes. I don't see what team this was that came out for these two games. They look nothing like the team in November or beginning of December. I just feel like the past month the team has been very, very inconsistent. Recently the goal scoring has dried up, getting embarrassed by Edmonton right before the break. Their goaltending situation is so shaky and so unpredictable, and it's not helping them. Their defensive coverage is lacking as well. Just a whole menagerie of bad things happening that is not a recipe for success. The power play has been brutal. I mean, against Anaheim last night or 2 nights ago, whatever, really poor, dreadful, getting nothing done. At least against LA, the power play was doing some things and getting them some momentum. I feel like after that first power play in the first period against the Kings, it has really started kicking into gear. Had a great, strong finish in the first period, a strong second period, getting goals from Nick Schmaltz and Christian Dvorak. And then the third period, they generated 2 shots against the second worst team in the Western Conference. Just cannot happen. The team looked like they didn't want to win. They were just hanging on until the buzzer, and then they got a penalty. They went on the penalty kill with 3 minutes left in the game, and the Kings tie it up. And then very quickly in the overtime, the Kings win it, and it's not looking good. I mean, this is the dogfight. This is the last stretch to the playoffs, and this team looks like they shouldn't even be anywhere near the playoff picture. And I'm not sure how this team is underperforming so much, considering last year with so many injuries and so little skill because of their injuries, they were winning games and putting up points and clawing their way to a playoff spot. And this year they're all healthy. They got all the skill in the world. They got Taylor Hall and Phil Kessel, and it's just not going their way, and they got to figure it out. They got to get some guys going here. A lot of players aren't looking good lately. Pretty much Kessel, Stepan, Fisher are invisible. Keller had a good game against the Kings, even though he didn't show up on the score sheet. Schmaltz, Krause, and Hinostroza, liking that line. Garland, Hall, and Dvorak, they got a goal. They looked good against the Kings. Were a bit quiet against Anaheim. Defensively, I mean, Chychrun isn't looking like himself at all. The past 5 games, he has not been the defensive guy that, I was praising for so long. Chychrun for 40 games of the season didn't make one single mistake, and then all of a sudden he's just continuing to make mistakes. Goligoski's making mistakes too, looking like his old self. They tried playing in Lyubushkin tonight instead of Osterley. Osterley went in against the Ducks. I like Lyubushkin. He's a bigger body, sticks to the opposition hard, closes gaps. He looked noticeable against the Kings. I really liked him. OEL went out with an injury near the end of the second period, so the team was down to 5 defensemen. Maybe that's why the third period was so atrocious. But still, I mean, they didn't generate anything in that third period, and to only escape with 1 point out of 4 against 2 bottom feeder teams in the West, it's unacceptable. They gotta do something here. They got Chicago on Saturday, who's biting at their heels. Chicago, who was out of the playoff picture for so long, now all of a sudden they're 3 or 4 points back of the Coyotes. Luckily, they got a point above the Knights. I'm not sure if the Knights play tonight. I didn't look at the schedule at all. But they got a point. I mean, they got to get something going. There's nothing inspiring from these two games to build off of. So, I mean, there's no positives to take away from this back-to-back. They just, I don't know, they got to look elsewhere. Is Kemper ready? Because, I don't know, I mean, Kemper probably could have gave him a point against Anaheim. The Coyotes had their chances against Anaheim. Gibson outplayed Ranta. Ranta didn't look good. I mean, the second goal with that slap shot, not deflected, just straight in. That's a Kemper save right there. The miscommunication with OEL, Kemper doesn't do that. The first goal, too, a shot along the ice, albeit it was deflected, but I feel like Kemper gets down to his butterfly way quicker and more prominently than Ranta. Ranta's kind of a hybrid type goalie, it seems to me, and he was a bit too late getting down his butterfly. It squeaked through his legs. But even Aiden Hill was solid. And then, I don't know, I mean, that tying goal just overplayed that shot, and then in overtime, just a shot, I mean, you could save that, and it wasn't too dangerous. It was a nice rush with speed from the Kings, but, I mean, you could save that. But can't really put the blame on Hill. Hill got him the point. The team just basically stopped playing in the third period and just hanging on for that point. But they got to get it going. They got to figure it out, get a players meeting, do something. I like the line changes Tocchet did. I criticized Tocchet for not changing the lines before the big break. So it's nice to see how he came out of the break and juggled the lines there. He juggled the defensive lines too, the defensive pairings, which seemed to work for most of the game. It was 2-1 for a really long time. But it just came to an end right at the end of the game. But we'll see. You know, still a lot of hockey left, 29 games. If they're going to have a bad stretch, yes, have it now. And then not in the beginning of April into March. So you got to get out of this rut. It is a rut. That's three-game losing streaks since Christmas. And it's only been 14 games. So, like, they've been losing a lot since Christmas, and it's not fun to watch, and this team doesn't look hungry, so it's a bad stretch. They got to get out of it. I don't know how they're going to get out of it. They just got to do it if they want to be in the playoffs. They got so much talent and skill that they shouldn't be floundering this opportunity. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support.